Hi, this is Dr. Roth with another part in our series on spinal hygiene. Today I want to talk about the mid and the lower part of our back, particularly the low back, because most traditional people think of low back pain in this region in here when we bend and so forth. A couple of things as we dive into this, spinal hygiene and stretching techniques for the low back. Number one, if it increases your pain or you have any pain at all as a result of doing these activities, stop. Pain, numbness, tingling, weakness, irritation, soreness. Hey, look, this is your body telling you to not be moving forward. Don't buck it up and work through the pain. That's not what I want to see, because that's going to increase muscle spasms, tension, inflammation, and next thing you know, you're going to be calling me or coming into the office and having a problem. So with that being said, a couple of things as well. When we think of our low back, I want you to start with a nice wide stance, all right? For most folks, I want you to have something near you, like a chair or a railing or something that you can grab onto, because we don't want to lose our balance, and moreoverly, we don't want to risk having a fall. So the first thing that we're going to do is have a nice wide stance. Safety first, have something near us that we can grab onto. Bend the knees just a little bitty bit. We don't want to be, stick figure, just a little bit. And then we're going to lean forward and run our hands down our legs, just like this. And the point is not to touch the floor. The point is to run our hands down the legs till we get to a point where there's a nice pulling sensation, a nice easy stretch. Again, no pain or anything like that, just a nice stretch. And then when we get to that point, we want to hold that for a 10 count, a slow 10 count, as we've talked about in the other videos. The next stretch that we're going to do is, that was flexion. This one is an extension. And what we're going to do is we're going to just take our back, nice wide stance again, feet flat on the floor, safety to grab something in case we lose a little bit of our balance, and we're just going to be extending our back in a backward direction. That is going to put some pressure in here on those joints, so if we feel pain, stop, but it's a very good stretch for that mobility in our spine in the low back. Again, always hold for a 10 count. We're going to work our way up through 15 and 30, but for right now, at the intro level, 10. All right, the next one is going to basically be standing straight. Again, safety first. Also, nice wide stance, separate the feet, bend the knees just a little bit so we have a little bit of springiness here. And we're going to run our hand down the leg, sideways, just like that. And then back to neutral. Always do both sides. Always do both sides. Now, I'm not doing a 10 count right now or a hold for the sake of this video. We're going to get into that later in our video series where we're going to actually be live and doing the 10 counts with you, or 20 and 30. But for right now, again, it's a nice lateral bend, and you should feel a nice stretch over here. Sometimes you might even feel a little discomfort here. It's kind of a compressing feeling. If it's a little, it's not a big deal. If you have pain anywhere, then it's stop. Again, always do both sides, and then you might feel a little stretching here as well. So those are the three basic simple techniques for the low back, but there's one bonus stretch that I'm going to give you today, and that's really important because we're stretching basically the muscles and the spine from the low back upward. But one thing that a lot of times we forget about is the muscles that attach on the bottom part of the pelvis, like these strong muscles in the back of our legs. Those need to be stretched also, because they're going to be pulling down on our pelvis this way, and these muscles here are pulling up this way, and we want to stretch them all. So a real good stretch is just put your foot up on a box, on a cart, a couple reams of paper, anything that's stable. Of course, make sure you have something to grab onto. And this is just a forward stretch. Oh, I can feel it already. Right here is the goal. And what I want you to do, here's the golden nugget, folks. Take your fingertips, put them into the muscle tissue, just a little bit of pressure, and comes towards the heart. Release, towards the heart. Release, towards the heart. So now I'm going to do that in normal motion. That was slow motion, so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, here we go. And we're going to do that for a 10 count. And that helps the blood flow, the lymphatic drainage, helps strip the soft tissues and the muscle fibers, and that is nice. Now, always do that again on both sides. So that was your bonus stretch for our spinal hygiene series. This is Dr. Roth, and I look forward to seeing you in our next series. Take care.